What's going on, guys? Welcome back to WWE Network and Show, where I, Graham G.S. Matthews, break down all the original content you watch on the WWE Network and on Peacock. And today we're talking the June 10, 2023 edition of the SmackDown LowDown. Still no Jackie Redmond, being filled in for this week by Scott Stanford alongside Matt Camp. They opened up the episode recapping the main event that saw Austin Theory retain the United States Championship against Jey Uso. In the studio, they question if Jey will make his choice next week. Spoiler, he probably won't until Money in the Bank, if not soon after. They also recap the women's Money in the Bank qualifiers that saw Bayley beat Michin, Io Sky beating Shotzi to qualify for the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. We hear from Bayley in Io Sky, what's left of Damage Control, with Megan Morant backstage on the show. Bayley says that they won because they watched tape, unlike Megan Morant, which Bayley made that reference to Megan. She made that point last week on the show, I think. I'm pretty sure. But she does say, she reiterates that one of them will win the briefcase, but before she can go on, Zelina Vega interrupts them. And Vega says that your biggest problem is that you're underestimating me, and that she wants to face one of them next week. Io kind of jumped in and said, I accept your challenge. So more tension between Bayley and Io, and we're getting Io and Zelina next week on the show as hype for the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. They replay the Asuka and Charlotte Flair segment, where Asuka was presented the new WWE Women's Championship belt, and Charlotte Flair came back demanding an opportunity, and Asuka said yes. So apparently that match has been made official for SmackDown in 3 weeks in London. They also replay the other women's segment on the show. It's a Ronda and Shayna confront the NXT Women's Tag Team Champions Alba Fire and Isla Dawn. So that match has been made official for SmackDown in 2 weeks, unification match. We hear from Isla Dawn and Alba Fire here. They both kind of say that they knew someone would step up. Easy for me to say. Would step up to them eventually, and it'll be a dawn of a new era, and Fire will reign. Kind of playing off their names. Blah blah blah. Matt Camp says that Dawn and Fire have more to lose in that matchup. Just coming up to SmackDown, bringing their gold with them, and they could lose that gold to the new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. So we will soon find out. They replay the Santos Escobar-Ali matchup, as well as Butch and Corbin. The men's Money in the Bank qualifiers, Butch beating Corbin, Escobar beating Ali. So both are in the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. We hear from the Brawling Brutes backstage. All three of them are there, but it's really only Ridge Holland that talks. Holland says that Butch is locked in for London, and that he and Sheamus will win the tag team titles, because they're going to be in that gauntlet match next week to determine the number one contenders to the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships. And that was about it from them. They hype up that match, the gauntlet match for next week's SmackDown. They hype up Charlotte Flair on the Grayson Waller effect. Hopefully Waller's okay. I mean, he might have been hurt in that NXT Championship match with Carmelo Hayes last month or the month before. And hopefully he's not out for much longer. At least he's on the show, but I do want him in the ring at some point. They hype the mixed tag team match for next week as well. AJ Styles and Michin versus Karrion Kross and Scarlett, as well as Roman Reigns' return to SmackDown next Friday night. They also plug Bayley for the bump coming up on Wednesday. They don't typically plug guests for the bump this early. They typically do that on Raw Talk, but I guess because she qualified for the Money in the Bank ladder match, they thought, hey, let's just put her on the bump and we can announce it now. So Bayley in the bump next Wednesday for those that watch it. I don't, but for those that do, there you go. That was the SmackDown Lowdown in a nutshell for June 10th, 2023. Pretty standard show here. Nothing really worth going out of your way to watch. The interviews from Brawling Brutes, Dawn and Fire, Damage Control, pretty standard stuff here. Although we did find out a new match for SmackDown next week. Bayley and Io Sky and Zelina Vega more likely coming up on SmackDown next week as well. Thank you guys for checking out my review. I appreciate it. Be sure to like the video, drop a comment, share the video, and subscribe to the channel for more daily content. Have an awesome one, folks. I'm Graham G.S. Matthews, and I'll catch your ass down the road.